Good morning, you guys. Oh man, today is like the first morning in a long time where it actually feels like summer outside. It's great. So, listen, you guys know, or if you're new to my channel, maybe you don't know, I lost 115 pounds naturally, meaning no weight loss surgery, no pills, no Ozempic, literally just changing how I ate and exercising, weightlifting. I love to lift weights, that's why I do gym vlogs every day. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the thought of losing weight was scary. And I think a lot of people, especially if you're like, or like how I was pretty much overweight my entire life. There was a short period of time in high school and the first few years of college where I was a healthy weight because I played basketball. But as besides all of that, so elementary, middle school, and then pretty much my whole adult life, I've been overweight. And every year I just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But I wanted to lose weight. I didn't want to stay that size, but I couldn't get over the hump of staying consistent. I would do good for a few weeks and I would always just fall right back into my old ways and then over time put on even more weight. I would gain back what I lost and then some. And I think a lot of people experience fear of the unknown because think about it, like I said, if you were like me and you're always overweight, that's all you know. All you know is eating like shit. All you know is, you know, being a couch potato. All you know is being joints hurting. Like my knees used to hurt all of the time. My lower back used to hurt. Like that's really all you know. You don't know what it feels like to eat foods that give you energy naturally without needing coffee. You don't know what it feels like to enjoy a 4 or 5 mile walk, right? Because that's not something that you do. But I'm telling you, it's a totally different experience. Being in this place now, living this life now, this healthy lifestyle, caring about the foods that I eat, caring about the ingredients. Now, I am the first to admit I am now more of like a health nut. I don't eat a lot of foods that are processed, but you could still eat those things and lose weight. I'm not, trying to convince you that, the only true way to weight loss is to only eat foods that are unprocessed and da da da. It's more beneficial for you. Yes, but at the end of the day, it's calories in versus calories out. It's as simple as that. But, changing your life and just changing what you know is scary. It's overwhelming because like I said, you don't know what it feels like to be at a healthy weight. You don't know what it feels like to get out of bed and not hurt. You don't know what it feels like to not be addicted to food. I was addicted to food my entire life, right? I used food to cope with things that were going on. If I was stressed, if I was sad, if I was anxious, if I was bored, I used food for every emotion possible. If I was excited, like it was always jumping to food. And not even just the good food, it was the bad food. So having to get Chick-fil-A at least 4 times a week, having to drink my large Sprite every single day, having to make sure I had my pint of Ben& and Jerry's ice cream every night. Like those were the habits I was used to. And those were the habits that I had for years upon years, decades. I'm 33 today. So, you know, it's scary to do something different than what you know. And I understand that. I get it because I've been there. But I want you to understand that, and as I'm sure you already know, being overweight like how I was is hard. It's really hard. And as you get older, it gets harder and harder and harder. It was easier when I was, in elementary and middle school. It was easy when I was like in my mid 20s. But as I got to my late 20s, as I got to my early 30s, it got more and more challenging. I started to feel not good anymore. Like my knees were always hurting, getting in and out of the car, having to walk too far, going up one flight of stairs and being completely exhausted, completely winded, like all of that is really hard. And then on top of that, like how you feel about yourself internally, like you say you're on a diet and you're trying really hard and then you binge eat a whole bunch of foods and now you just feel like shit. Like you just feel so guilty because you just let yourself down again. Like I've been there and I've done that, you know, and being overweight is hard. Having high blood pressure is hard. I had high blood pressure. I was pre-diabetic. I had high cholesterol. I had a lot of things going on. And it was hard going clothes shopping and just praying that you're still the same size as you were the last time you went into that store, just to find out that you're not, just to find out that when you get in front of the mirror to see the outfit you don't really like it, or you just don't feel too confident in yourself in the outfit. There's just so many things you want to change. Like, it's hard to be overweight. It really is. It's really hard. But I want you to know that for me, losing the weight and getting to this point in my life that I am in today is easier than it was being 100 plus pounds. Why is that? Because now that I've detoxed from the horrible foods, now that part is hard. The first 2 weeks, sugar is addictive. Junk food is addictive. These foods are addictive. Soda is addictive. Okay, so those first few weeks where you're just trying to cleanse your body of all these really bad foods, these really bad drinks that you've been so used to drinking, once you've done that part, it's so much easier to keep going because you start to realize how good you feel. How as soon as you get up out of the bed, you're groggy for a few seconds, but your energy is just top tier. No coffee, no soda, no energy drinks, just natural energy because of the foods that you eat. Just leaving the gym and you feel that rush of endorphins. You feel so good about yourself. You feel so positive about yourself because you went in there, you worked out, you gave it everything you had, and you come out and you feel great. Like you feel like you really accomplished something. Those feelings are amazing. And those aren't feelings that I used to have when I was overweight and obese, technically. So I want you to understand that your fear is what's holding you back, because being on the other side of it, seeing how great I feel now versus back then when I was overweight like that, it's the best feeling ever. Like enjoying a morning walk, enjoying an evening walk, going into the grocery store and my basket is mostly produce. And for those of y'all who don't know, I am vegan and I've been vegan for almost 2 years now. So I don't eat any meat, no dairy, no seafood. I don't eat any animal product. Just the complete 180, that entire shift. And then on top of that, my mindset has changed. Now I feel like I can do anything. Before I didn't feel like that because I would try to lose weight over and over and over again and I would never be able to lose it and stay consistent with it. But now that I have proven to myself that I can lose weight, I can stick to a lifestyle change and eat better foods. I can stick to a exercise plan. I can do these things. My confidence has just completely skyrocketed. And before I was not always a, what's the word I'm looking for, unconfident plus size girl. I'm not trying to say that my entire life of being overweight was horrible, because it wasn't. I still had fun. I still enjoyed myself. I still thought I was beautiful. But I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. There were a lot of times during, especially in my adult life, where I didn't feel beautiful, where I didn't feel confident, where I didn't feel the happiest. And a lot of that for me was because of my weight, and not even necessarily how I felt, but how society would make me feel about my weight. I do think that the world we live in is fat phobic. I truly believe that. But that's neither here nor there. I want you to lose weight for you, not for other people. And, like I said, just being on the other side of it, accomplishing these things and being consistent with it feels so much better than how I felt before. Okay? And it starts with believing that you are able to do that. That's why I push these positive affirmations on you guys. Just constantly praising yourself and, congratulating yourself, giving yourself, a pat on the back for all of the hard work that you've done. Setting goals that are big but also smaller milestones. Those things are so important. Those things are going to help you stay consistent. You're going to help you staying positive because you're constantly reaching your smaller goals, which is going to lead you to your bigger goal. Okay, so I want you to understand that anything that you try is always going to be scary at first, right? Because it's just not what you're used to. It's not what you know. You're going to have to learn so much, research so much. You're going to have to be wrong 1,010,000 times just to be right one time. It's just a totally different shift from what you are accustomed to. But do not let your fear hold you back. Do not let what seems hard right now keep you from getting to where you want to be. Yes, it's hard to start. It's hard to resist the cravings and the temptations. But once you get over that hump, which I promise is not as long as you think it is, it's really not, because this lifestyle is forever, right? So, a month of, feeling sore from working out because your body's just not used to moving like that. A month of having the sugar cravings and, it really does feel like you can't take it sometimes. But once you get over that 1 month or those couple of weeks of that, you have a whole lifetime to where you start to feel so much better, okay? So don't let your fear keep you from reaching your weight loss goals and your fitness goals. I know a lot of you guys are following me because you want to lose weight. I've motivated you. Now it's time for you to do it. It's time for you to stop talking about it. It's time for you to stop just thinking about it. It's time for you to execute it, okay? You are holding yourself back. And yes, it's hard. It's very hard. There's roller coasters. You're going to feel great, you're going to feel bad, you're going to feel great, you're going to feel bad. But if you just keep going, despite how you're feeling in that moment, despite the urge to want to get something because, life is lifing and you're stressed and food is what you use to cope with your stress. If you can just stay focused and just keep going, I promise you, you are going to be so much happier. All right. So take what I said into consideration. Change your life for the good. You can do it. I promise it feels amazing on the side. You just have to get over that hump. All right. I am about to go to the gym. Today is leg day, so I'm super excited about that. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.